Dun 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 dun. Dun 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 dun. Dun dun dun. Dun 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 dun. I think. I don't know for sure. I don't know what live is. What even is live, everybody? Are you live? Are we live? Is everyone live? We got two sets of lines. I'm going to say that it's going to be the teams that are up against it, if you will. Chicago and Moscow. But it actually might not be Chicago because they haven't sent in lines all playoffs. So I'm going to say it's actually the other team in that series, Vancouver. No, sorry, Vancouver. What am I saying? DC. Simply because they lost 5-0 last game. But we'll see when we extract it. How's everyone doing? It's what day is it? It's a Tuesday. I have to take a second to think about it. It's Tuesday. We're well into 2021. The year is rolling on. For a lot of people, this week is kind of like back to normal week. For some people, it's not. Depends on, what does back to normal anyway right now mean, I guess, for most people. Unless you're in one of the countries that's like, or places that happen to contain everything and hold it well. A lot of people are going through weird stuff right now in terms of what's open and what's not. That's what I figured, everyone. It was DC. Okay, Moscow and DC. The two teams who lost the last sim, but DC does have the series lead 3-2 over Chicago. And Malmo has a series lead 3-2 over Moscow. Good to note, everyone, that these are the first set of lines that the Moscow Menace have sent in. Oh, no, never mind. That's why. They're the first set of lines that DC has sent in. I was like, it actually only copied over one, but that's because Moscow's the only one that it replaced. Because DC hasn't sent in lines yet. I got a tag somewhere. Oh. You guys want to check in on Town of Salem? Okay, so here's what's going on. Right now, Jay Hattie is being voted to be lynched by Flex, Hatter, myself, Sens, York, Baraka, and Jeff. And Barzell is being voted by OMG, Spartan, and Caboose and Al. Although, okay, OMG just logically made his decision to change and vote for Hattie instead. For reasons. It's an interesting game going on right now. It's very important stuff. How's everyone doing? I'll check in on chat here in a second after I'll get the ratings updated and the lines loaded, and then I'll check in on chat. So you have until then. You can fill it up with whatever you want, but don't get muted or banned because you don't want to be that person. But if you want me to look at something you said that isn't offensive, I will do that. That isn't inappropriate. Gorlab, you know what I'm saying. I also haven't checked in on Rory. Usually he's the first person to say hi, Dev, in the chat. That'll probably be the first thing I see when I go there. The great and incomparable Rory, who's also another person that could be guilty of saying something inappropriate. Alright. Ratings are updated, and it was Moscow and DC who sent lines. We got Moscow. Playoffs. Moscow, yep. And DC. That's Stavos. They're not in the playoffs. Ha ha ha. Oh, T-Fong wants some love. And DC. Alright, we'll give it a save. As I mentioned yesterday, only one game sims here because after the first 4 we go off of double sim, so it'll just be game action for both playoffs. So we will have 2 games. Let's see what a topic. He created a whole new topic in the Thunderdome. Oh, I see. There you go. Never mind. It was already a topic from December. I don't know. Oh, you know what? I saw Larry David. That's all. You know what? I can't not see Larry David and use him, so that sounded weird. That's a sentence. Larry David. All right, now we'll check in. Moscow, please don't be goons. Notice me, senpai. Come on, Chicago. Solis is cheering for Chicago. Wow, no Rory today. So used to Rory being there. Frostbeard is here. Frosty eye. Chicken was a tad bit pink. I'm sad. It's not good, Spartan. You should probably not eat pink chicken. I'm just gonna throw that out there. It's not good for potential food poisoning. And what's the everyone salmonella? Is that the one? Well, Fong says it's still fine. I don't know, Fong. A little blood in your chicken is not something I would trust. I'll eat fish raw. Obviously, I'm a sushi guy, but not chicken. Okay. Let's look at the Discord. There we go. Fong is getting hungry. Chicago love. Moscow love. Okay. Rip Rory. Victor. Yeah, I know. He's not around. Okay. That's it. I have checked. Yeah, that's what I thought, Reno. I thought it was salmonella. Everyone's. Oh yeah, that was probably Garsh. That would be a Rory move to do. Okay, well, okay. I would argue, Fong, that ignoring the pinkness, you want to do a temperature check, because if its temperature of the chicken is not high enough, then yeah, is it not salmonella? No, Geoff. I see. I should probably hit the sim here. You guys got me into this salmonella discussion. All I'm saying is you should use the thermometer in your chicken to make sure, even regardless of what it is, pinkness is like, hey, what you're eating should be of a consistent, certain, higher enough temperature, or else you are risking things. Here we go. Sim time. DC Chicago, Game 6. Can Chicago continue the Cinderella story and force a Game 7, or will DC play? Will DC play what? Who is the evil stepmother? I'm trying to think who's anti-Cinderella. Sure, evil stepmother. Here we go. Button's been pressed. Wow, Chicago. It took at least one overtime. We're gonna leave it here for a second because this is intense times here for reactions. It took at least one overtime, but the Chicago Phoenix forced Game 7 on the DC Dragons. Wow. We're going to 7 in the North American Conference. My goodness. I expect to see that flaming Chicago GIF in the Discord, by the way, quick. If I don't, someone tag quick. Tag quick. Anyway, here we go. European Conference. He heard me. It's okay. Quick knows what I'm. Yeah, it's coming. I can feel it. I need to see that in the background before I move on to the next series. I see it. He's typing. Oh, this is silly. Quick's not gonna post it. He's sorry, Malmo and Moscow. You gotta wait until I see that flame GIF. There it is. Someone posted it. That's all. Garsh wins. All right, Malmo versus Moscow. Moscow trying to stave off elimination. They're down in the series 3-2. Can they, similar to Chicago, use home ice to force Game 7? The button's been pressed. I'm sorry, Moscow. You cannot. It's 3-2 in the other way. Malmo will take a 3-2 victory and eliminate the Moscow Menace from the playoffs. Malmo will make the Continental Cup final. Have they won before? Is this their first Cup final or second? I don't know. Congrats to Malmo, Frostbeard, Condor, and names that I'm forgetting that are over there. Chris used to be there, so did Kendrick, so did someone else. Who's their goalie? I think I know them. It's been a while. Fong might be there. There you go. Fong's there. Malmo. Hollins, he's there. There you go, Malmo. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Tomorrow we have one lone Game 7. That's it. Chicago gets their own day to see if Cinderella can put the slipper on or whatever it is. I'm trying to remember enough things about that fucking nursery rhyme to make a reference. Jesus, the messages are flooding in. I was on Malmo's last Cup final. They made it. See, that tells you where I'm at, Victor. Like, I don't remember what the fuck's going on. What year was that? What season? What year? What season was that? I mean, it sounds like season 60 something. That's what it sounds like. Season 60 something. Season 60 something. Oh, you guys were talking about the temperature. Yeah, I forgot about that. Thanks for tuning in, everyone. Sorry to Moscow. It's an unfortunate result. Chicago, on the other hand, they just want games to be played. So it will be more theatrics for the end of the Chicago run. But before I